What's going on YouTube? We're back here with another video on KO09 Nightmare, and we are going to be talking about the 5-star combatants that you could be going for with the selection ticket that you are going to be given for the half anniversary rewards. Now it's funny because I saw a lot of people posting videos on who you guys should pick, and a lot of people thought the 5-star selector ticket was only going to be for the base standard units, which they actually ended up changing into any character that's part of this normal standard banner that was there at launch, and season 1 characters and season 2 characters, not including Serenua, of course, because she's a limited unit. So yeah, thank God I did hold off. And it was funny because, as I said, man, there was just something telling me to hold off and wait. Like, I just had a feeling it wasn't just going to be the normal base standard characters. So I'm just going to give my opinion on which I think are the best combatants to go for. Some of you guys might have these characters already, so you can go for others. Some might be able to go for dupes if you want, but I think I might have a separate video for that, whose dupes are worth going for. And well, obviously, depending on the character you're going for, you're probably going to get their partner as well, just so it's a nice match and you basically have their full build there. If y'all enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe channel. I'm hyped up for CZN's half anniversary content release, and obviously we're gonna have a bunch of videos releasing as well. So let's get into it. The first one I'm gonna start off with is 2 characters that are tied for first, in my opinion, okay? And that's gonna be 9 and Naja. So they're both tied for first because I think they are the best characters that have released that are non-limited units. Like, they're on a tier of their own. Obviously, if I was to have an SS tier, it will probably be Serenua up there, but I think if we're just talking about characters that are not limited, I think 9 and Naja are by far the best characters that have released, and they're just insane, right? 9 is near enough gonna one-hit everything, especially if you've got an Olea in your team. You could do a crap ton of damage, and obviously certain builds, you could go with Ironclad build to do a lot of damage but give you some survivability. You could go with Extreme to do some crazy high numbers. You know, 9's just insane. She's damn near gonna one-hit everything. Chaos runs are gonna be really easy as well. Even though you're using your free AP straight away, your Hue card should be able to kill an enemy. You know what I'm saying? So super fun to play with. She just does crazy high numbers and kills everything in one hit, and really good for chaos runs as well because she just does a crap ton of damage. And once you start getting further in chaos, obviously you're gonna get your fighting spirits. You might have other characters that can give you AP, so you know, it's a lot more easier to use her card multiple times maybe in a turn, and you know, take out a lot of enemies as well. And she also does have an AoE card as well, which does crazy damage, so for your chaos runs it could also make it easier too. So yeah, overall 9 I think is just a super amazing character in any piece of content. Like, in all pieces of content, she's just really good. Then with Naja, super good controller unit, super good support unit in all pieces of content as well. She just heals without actually having to use a card. So she will get a card and it will have attunement on it, and it will give veracity, and veracity basically stacks up to, you know, however much you're able to get. And with veracity you get a damage increase and you heal when you attack the enemy. So yeah, she's able to give you a damage increase and heal without actually having to play a card, which I think is super good. Super nice as well, because now you can use your AP on other characters. And yeah, she's just a super good support unit, man. I think she's definitely the best healer in the game because, as I said, you don't actually have to use any AP to heal or anything like that. And she's also giving you a damage increase as well from her, you know, base veracity. Then she also has the predation with it as well, where predation can also give you a bigger increase of damage as well. So yeah, overall Naja, another amazing unit, both tied for first in my opinion. And I think if you wanted to choose a character to go for with the selection ticket, you know, if you're talking meta wise, yeah, I'll say Naja or 9. Depends on who you want. If you want a better healer, a better support unit that could be used in near enough every team, or if you want a strong DPS unit with 9, you could go with 9. I do want to quickly clarify, if there are characters you like, go and you want to specifically get them, then go ahead and get them. You know, like, this game it's not hard to the point where you have to have certain characters. Like, this gacha game might be the only gacha game where you can literally use any character and beat all pieces of content. So yeah, moving forward, I think I'm gonna go with Tyera in A. Tyera is a really good one, but I don't think I would put her in the same tier as she is really good, but I think I would just put her a tier below because 9 and Naja are just that insane. But Tyera is also another amazing unit. You could definitely get the draw and AP with her as well, which is always going to be nice on games like this, you know, that requires you going through your deck, and it's just a card building game as well. So any character that could, you know, give you action points and draw cards for you are going to be really good. She does have a build where you could go DPS with her, and she does do some really good damage. But yeah, she's a good support as well. She could heal, shield, give you AP, draw. She could do the whole bunch, you know. Really solid, good unit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my top 3 recommendations would be these 3 characters, okay? Now, I was gonna leave the standard banner units out of this, but I think I might just throw them in there because I actually believe they're better than some of the other characters that released on their rate up banners. So I would also put Orlea up in A. She's gonna heal like crazy. If you learn how to use Orlea as well, and you learn how to use her mechanics, it's long to explain. It's probably best for you to go find a video, but she can do some insane things with characters like 9 characters that have retain on them. She could boost your damage like insane for you to hit like some crazy numbers. I'm pretty sure you guys saw 9 hitting for like millions because of Orlea and so on. Yeah, Orlea can make you hit for crazy amounts of damage. So yeah, Orlea is just super insane. As I said, she's also a super good healer, so she's got that survivability to her as well. And I think okay, so there are 2 characters I'm thinking of, but I don't know if I should put them in a different tier, but I don't think I really should. I think next one I'm gonna go with is going to be, do I go with Mei Lin? I don't really see much people using Mei Lin, but Mei Lin for me is always going to be broken because of how she works. The only way to nerf Mei Lin is literally if they implement something in the game where you could only hit for a certain amount of times. If it ain't got that, Mei Lin's going to go crazy, right? So obviously Mei Lin has the epiphany where she could draw her basic attack cards and she could do basic attacks, do some pretty good damage. But obviously the main thing with her is doing the unlimited dragon kicks and just kicking a whole bunch basically, because she's used so many of her cards, if you get the right epiphanies of course, and you're just going to be able to do a whole lot of hits, which is going to equal out to a whole lot of damage. And yeah, obviously usually DPS units get power crept fast, but Mei Lin's someone that's been there from day one, and the only way they were able to nerf her was, you know, changing bosses mechanics where you was only able to hit them a certain amount of times, you know. So yeah, it's not like a character came out that was strictly better than her. Obviously there's some better DPS than her, but not many. Really not that many. Like, she might still be top 3 when it comes to DPS, if we're being honest, bro. She's still insane, but I think obviously over time you want to use newer characters and so on, so you might see a bit less Mei Lin, but Mei Lin is still really good. So mostly maybe for the newer people. And next up, we're probably gonna go with, we're just probably gonna do both of them at the same time. I'll probably go Veronica and Hugo. Amazing support DPS units where you don't need to use AP on them. Yeah, literally Hugo, you use his initiation cards, then you could use skill cards of other units. He's gonna get commence the hunt stacks, and these commence the hunt stacks will allow him to do extra attacks when you attack with another unit. So very good support DPS. And with Veronica, she's going to be able to draw cards for you of other combatants as well, which is really nice. And she's also going to have a ballista that's going to be there at every turn, that's going to hit the enemy at the end of every turn, and you know, it could do some good damage too. It could do some really good damage. So I think if I had to do a tier list, I think this is a valid one right here. And I think everyone else you could probably put under. Bear in mind, there are some characters here I haven't played. I haven't really played Renoa, I haven't really played Kayron, I don't have Magna, I've hardly touched Kalipe. I haven't touched Haru. I had no interest in playing her. And not Haru, Yuki, I totally skipped out on. But I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to Yuki, I don't really hear good things about her. But I think if I had to carry on, I'd probably go like something like this. As I said, bear in mind there's some units I haven't used. I don't know, I might do something like this. As I said, bear in mind I haven't really played with some of these characters, so I have to just go based off what I know of their kit. I really like Rin, and I really want to put I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, bro, I'm putting Rin ahead. Oh wait, Rin don't want to go. Okay, yeah, I'm putting Rin ahead. I might be a little bit biased on Rin because I do love her, but I think she is super insane. I think isn't there enough valid, right? I don't think it's that bad. Then I think I would go probably. I mean, I've seen Haru hit for crazy amounts of numbers. I really do like Chizuru though, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry Yuki, but you might have to just go on a tear by yourself. I mean, I just don't hear anything good about Yuki. Like everyone that's pulled Yuki, I just heard that she don't do enough damage. So I know she is getting buffed, so maybe, you know, she could be higher. But I think if I had to give a tier list on the combatants you should choose, I think this is a valid one. I think 9 on Arch is definitely number ones. Tyera, Alea, Meen, Veronica, Hugo are really good units as well. Then Hair is just like, I think if you don't want any of these units, then just pick whoever you like, honestly, because like these characters I don't really need to put in a order or anything. Just like if you don't want any of these characters, just pick anyone who you like, honestly, you know, because it doesn't really matter, man. As I said, you could clear the game with any of these characters, honestly, easily. So yeah, that's probably going to be it. As I said, obviously Serennial is not going to be selectable because she's a limited unit. Diana came out technically in season 3. Hyde Mary is going to be a limited unit on season 3 as well. So I'm pretty sure that's it. I don't know if I'm missing any other character. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure they're all there. But yeah, this is the best I could do. End of the day, y'all could choose who you want if there's a character you like. But that's gonna be it for the 5-star Selector combatant unit that you could pick tier list. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.